he has already been with us, what, a couple of hours here this morning?
Right.
And he has told off one of our producers and insulted and called one of our producers a witch, your son.
He's awful. He in school, he beats on kids. He insults his teachers. He calls his teachers. He is very disrespectful with the principal. Out of a 5-day week, my son spends at least 3 days in the principal's office. He's been suspended at least 5 times in the last 2 months. He's terrible.
Have you taken him to counseling?
Yes, he's been in counseling. It doesn't do any good. It doesn't help. He just blows it off, does what he wants.
Laura, you say that Derek can be violent, and he sent another child to the hospital. What happened?
Right. The kid got in his face, so he just punched the kid in the ribs. Kid couldn't breathe, went to the hospital. Derek didn't care. He thought it was okay. He got suspended for it, so he got to be home another day.
Now, so there's no empathy.
No.
I think that's a point we're going to get at.
Not at all.
Why do you think he behaves like this?
I have no idea, Sally. The kid has almost everything he wants. I take care of him. I'm there for him. I love him. I support him. I have 3 other children that I take time away from them to support Derek, to be there for Derek. I do what Derek wants. I do his paper out with him every day. I'm there for him all the time. There's nothing he wants he can't have.
You are always with him?
Always. He steals cigarettes. He smokes.
Are his brothers and smokes at 10? His brothers and sisters, are they younger or older?
They're all younger.
Younger.
They're all
so
younger.
He's setting a bad example, right?
Exactly.
You say that you're here today as a last hope. You're convinced if something isn't done, he'll end up in jail.
Yes.
What do you think could happen?
Anything. Derek's capable of anything. He may even, he can steal. He could rob banks. He could kill people. I'm convinced that he could do anything he wanted to do.
Even now, even at 10?
Maybe not at 10. He's not.
How has
but
this?
If it gets any worse, if I don't catch him now.
How has this affected you emotionally?
I cry all the time. My schoolwork has gone down the drain. At night, I can't sleep.
Beverly, I want to talk to you. Does this sound familiar?
Yes, it does, Sally.
She's 13. I don't know there's much of a difference. Her name is April, and she's put you through hell and back?
I have been through hell and back.
What is going on with April?
About a year and a half ago, April just made like a 360-degree turn from, a good girl to a bad girl, drinking, smoking, jumping the windows, hanging out all night at all night parties, being with bad people, lying about everything. She lies about lying, just everything, getting in trouble in school, very verbal, treating me bad, just everything, When she jumped the window, she stays gone for some time of day. She hangs out in the street, all time of night,
and she sells drugs in school?
Well, she got caught. One thing, I will never know the real true story about that. But when she got caught, they said, she got caught for possession of marijuana. But I will never know the truth about that. Never.
Now, you called the police on your own child. What happened?
Well, about 3 weeks ago, I went to work, and I told April, I saw my keys. I said, April, put my keys in my briefcase, because I carpool with someone sometime. And when I got to work, I got a phone call from my middle daughter saying, Mom, April took your car and is on the other side of town. So I had to call the police to get a report to protect myself, because anything could have happened, going, across, town, and
Beverly, you say you're very hurt by April, who is disrespectful. How does she disrespect you?
Sally, she's so verbal to me. I mean, sometimes she makes me feel like nothing. And, I've done nothing to April. For April to do these things to me, I have tried everything. I don't give April everything in the world, because I don't believe in consolation. But I do my best as a single parent. I'm a single parent now. And even when I was married to my ex-husband, he was in the military. He was hardly ever there. But I've done everything. She talks bad to me. She talks back at me. She allowed my middle daughter to hear, or she calls me effing bitch, and stuff like that. I have done nothing to...
18-year-old daughter, Christine, has been arrested for stealing, shot at people, dropped out of school. She is already actually leading a criminal life.
That's right.
What has she done?
I don't know where to start exactly, but a year ago or so, she stole her daddy's car and wrecked it. She stole his gun, and sold it. She come to the house in a stolen car with some friends and stole my rent money and joyrided for days. She was suspended from school 4 times in the month of February. She just keeps on, and she doesn't know when to stop. She'll go out, let her go out for the night, and she'll be gone for 2 weeks at a time.
Now, you and your husband have to pay the price for her bad behavior?
That's right. Her father has had to pay for the telephone pole that she hit when she stole his car and wrecked it. We've got court costs, lawyers' fees, DA's fees. I mean, it just goes on. Every time she gets in trouble, it costs us money. We buy her clothes, and she'll take off and be gone for days and come back with nothing. Everything, you know, she has no clothes left because every time she goes somewhere, she'll take them and give them away or sell them and then come back with nothing.
What scares you the most about all of this?
Well, it's just, what scares me the most is that she's on probation. And the day before she had to go to court, she did not come home at night and was gone and come back right before court time. And then she had to, if she messes up one more time, she'll be incarcerated.
She'll be in jail.
They will put her in jail.
Let's hear from Christine and see what she has to say. Christine, come on out. Okay, Christine, you say you're not afraid of committing crime. She has a criminal record?
She's been arrested for trespassing and assaulting her high school principal, the security. She doesn't care that she's gone to juvenile hall. It doesn't faze her. I've tried scaring her, telling her that there's cameras in the bathroom, you know, that they'd be watching every step that she took, and she didn't care.
She has threatened the members of your family? What has she done?
She threatens her younger brothers if they don't do it. She says that she would kill them.
Why don't we meet Tina's 17-year-old daughter, Laurie, and hear what she has to say. Laurie, come on out. Laurie, you're 17. You don't care. You've told us that your mother is upset about your behavior. Why don't you care?
Why should she be mad? I mean, it's my business.
It's your business?
Yeah.
Laurie, you said, and I quote, "I don't go out and try to see how many laws I can break, but I like living on the edge, and if that means breaking laws, that's fine." What kind of things do you do? Why do you like, what does living on the edge do for you?
It's just fun, like, to go out and...
It's fun. Her daughter, Guadalupe, was viciously attacked by 2 teenage girls. How old were the girls?
13 and 14.
13 and 14, same age as April. Guadalupe was slashed all over her face and head with a razor and had to have over 300 stitches. Mary is now scared to death to send her daughter back to school. Guadalupe, I know this happened to you last week, and I'm glad that you wanted to be here today. I know your mother has said that you are a shy and quiet girl in school. Tell us what happened and who did this to you.
I was just coming out to school, ready to go home with some of my friends. And I was walking right to the bus, and then I saw them. Halfway to the bus, I saw them, 2 girls. They were just pointing at me and everything, and I just didn't pay no mind to them. I kept on walking to the bus. And when I was about to get on the bus, they came up to me, and then the girl who did this to me, she was saying, "Let me tell you something." She didn't say nothing after that. And after that, that's when she first cut me over here. But I didn't know she had cut me until after it happened. I thought she just had hit me. And then the other girl, she was just trying to hit me and everything. And it was real fast. I didn't know until after.
Why did they want to do this to you?
I had gotten in a fight with the youngest one before. And then after we had gotten in the fight, I told her, just leave it alone. And then we both agreed on it and everything. And then she was...
He says that he tried to stop it and at one point did. He actually had the knife that Michael was being stabbed with. Somehow or other, the boy got the knife back and continued to stab on Michael.
This must be must put you in a terribly difficult situation. On one hand, you want the person who killed your son brought to justice. On the other hand, you probably, as a father, have to protect your other son.
Well,
and I would think that would be...
There's no single word to describe what any of us have gone through. I might add that we want to believe David to a degree.
Right.
We don't want... I still want justice for Michael. David should pay for what he did. He chose a path outside of the family line. He gets what anyone else in that situation should get.
Has anyone given you any help at all? Is there any consolation? Has anyone stood by you?
On every occasion that I visited Michael's grave, the stone has been cleared.
It's just like no one ever has before. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, can you explain what happened to your daughter, Hillary?
Well, briefly, Hillary had just graduated from 8th grade. She was 10 days from turning 14. She'd been to a party with some friends. She was supposed to spend the night at a girlfriend's house, and she decided that she wanted to come home. They said, Stephen lives a few blocks away. He'll drive you home. And he chose that opportunity to use a weapon that was a gift to him from his parents the month before. It was a jagged-edged knife, the kind that's used to skin the carcass off of large animals. And he stabbed Hillary one time for every year that she had lived. He penetrated her skull 8 times, her face. He penetrated each of her major organs, and he slit her throat in the car, in the automobile that they were in. And he discarded her body in weeds, an area that, multi-million-dollar.
The defiance. Kids who get involved in violent crime oftentimes are kids that are explosively angry and don't recognize other options. They don't realize they have other ways to solve problems. I think parents have to realize that the most important job that you will ever have, mother, father, is to be a parent. And we've lost sight of that in our society. That is critically, critically important.
We'll be right back.